Well
Three
said.
questions from the net.
Okay, so we have 3 questions from the Zoom chat, and one is, what exactly is mind, and how is that different from consciousness?
Say it again.
What exactly is mind, and how is that different from consciousness?
How is mind?
Different from consciousness.
Okay. Mind is active. Consciousness is silent. It's not expressed. It's an unmanifest. Mind is manifest in thoughts, senses, feelings, decisions, every kind of mental activity you can imagine. Imagination, memory, that's all part of mind. Consciousness is the silent witness of that. It's not involved in activity. And so that's a good way to distinguish consciousness from mind. Consciousness is silent, witness, observer. Mind is the activity of, and of course, all mind is individual mind, at least all mind in the manifest world, relative world is individual mind. But that one eternal mind is also being not in time. It doesn't think in time. It doesn't have linear sequences in time, but it's all at once. It has complete understanding, complete knowledge, total knowledge, all at once. Now, is that a dream or what? Well, Descartes, as a young man of 22 years old, had an experience of seeing all knowledge all at once. He talks about his experience. He experienced all knowledge, all science, the totality of science and knowledge all at once. All laws of nature, not sequentially, but as a whole. And Descartes was a very great geometer without whom computers would not exist. Modern science would not exist. He developed that Cartesian coordinate system that's so crucial to the development of modern science. Excuse me, go ahead.
Okay, so the second question is, how do you view current philosophy in the West as an academic discipline? And do you think that the field is right for uncovering? And why do people study philosophy today, in your opinion?
Well, okay, let's see, clarify that for me just a little bit.
So how do people view the current philosophy in the West, and why do people study philosophy today, in your opinion?
Oh, well, philosophy today has become a kind of, well, if you look at who the chairman of the philosophy department at Harvard was in the last 50 years, these were people who totally into the framework of modern science and unable to even think 1 second outside that framework. Modern science was their total worldview. And that became the dominant theme of 21st century philosophy, is they're going to work out the details of how scientific knowledge is gained. They're interested in logic and mathematics and science and the theory of science, the method of science, but they have no openness that I can tell to the whole tradition of what went before. They've cut themselves off. But you have to realize 20th century is a very small fraction of human history. The mainstream of philosophy throughout history was about the experience of the infinite, eternal, unbounded consciousness. What we're experiencing today in philosophy is a side stream, a detour, I would say. Not that modern science is on a wrong track. Modern science is very important. The objective method is very important, but it's only a fraction of the totality of knowledge that is possible. The two methods that have to work in concert, in tandem, to produce really full knowledge are two together, modern science and Vedic science. And when you get those two working together, the method of transcending and the method of objective science, you get a very profound new dimension of philosophy that opens up, a very profound new dimension of science, modern science and Vedic science, the integrated approach.
And then
Yes.
we have one final question. It's, when will the final volume of your series be published?
When will it, well, the first volume, I'm going to say 3 weeks. I'm going to try to make that real. And I'm getting very close. Dimitri will tell you I've been saying that for 20 years, so don't get your hopes up. But yes, it's going to come out soon. It's going to come out soon. Now, that's the final well, I've got 3 volumes online now, and 2 are being revised because I realized that they weren't quite ready to go on. And so you can buy 3 online, and then very soon there'll be 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. And then we'll have 8 volumes of the history of philosophy as a history of the history of civilization, really, as a history of the experience of pure consciousness. The discovery of pure consciousness was the main theme of the whole history of civilization, East and West. And that's a, I mean, I know I'll have to give a lot of hard evidence for this, but it's there. I mean, I try to be very rigorous and very evidence-based, and I think you'll find that I think if you read even a little piece of it, you'll see, wow, this is really amazing. How did people miss this? Well, they missed it because, oh, it's just speculation and philosophy. It's just conjecture. It's just metaphysical theory about something we can't know. Well, if you read it carefully, they're all saying we can know it, and we can know it in direct experience, and we can know it by the method of transcending.